My name is Dr. Switzer, and today we will begin by learning about the 5 steps in the writing process. These steps will help you strengthen your writing skills. The 5 steps are pre-writing, draft, revise, edit, and publish. Pre-writing is the first step. Pre-writing is when you're thinking about what you're going to write. You're going to do this beforehand. It's the process that allows you to organize your key points and details. You can use graphic organizers at this point in the pre-writing stage. You can also use outlines, grocery lists, where you just jot things down. You can scratch it out as you cover it. You can use words on sticky notes, brainstorming, research. There's all sorts of things that you can use in the pre-writing step. If you don't take the time to pre-write, your content could be undeveloped, off-topic sentences, illogical order, causing a lot of confusion for your reader. Also, during the pre-writing stage, you need to think about who your audience is, the purpose of the information that you're going to write about. All these things come together. Plus, you need to make sure you start your thesis statement at this stage. All right. The draft is the second step in the writing process. Your draft is writing down the ideas in an organized way to convey an idea or present an argument. Your audience and purpose are finalized at this step. Pre-writing details need to be followed. You need to begin to structure your body of your paper, form your main idea, develop your topic sentences, give details to support your main idea and topic sentences, start using textual evidence, and ask the question, have you completed your thoughts through your writing? The next step is revising. And revising is reviewing, modifying, and reorganizing your work. You can do this by rearranging, adding, or deleting content, by making the tone, style, and content appropriate for your intended audience. The goal of this phase of writing process is to improve the draft. You need to use accurate and interesting details that reveal your unique perspective on the topic. Kind of give it your spin, your personality flair. Consider the tone and the voice that will connect with the reader. Start out strong and end strong in this phase. Refine words and sentences so they are precise and varied. You don't want to keep using the same words over and over again. Next is editing. Editing is proofreading and correcting errors in grammar and mechanics. This is also, you use this stage to improve style and clarity. You need to check your spelling. You got to look up words if you need to, punctuate sentences accurately, and start paragraphs in the right places. Use capital letters correctly when you're editing, and apply the standard rules of English grammar. 1, look at sentence structure. 2, look at your subject-verb agreement and your word usage. There are 2 types of editing. You have self-editing, the process that every writer goes through after he completes a draft of his written work. You should look at reading your work out loud. Also, it helps to print a copy of your work so you can physically go through and edit. Then you have peer editing, which is the process in which students read and comment on each other's written work. A few tips when peer editing: be respectful. Give the sort of helpful comments that you would like to receive. Comment with questions such as, is this your thesis, or what did you mean by this? Instead of, I can't find your thesis and I don't know what you're talking about. These questions are specific and also kind and positive. Another tip, be specific about strengths and weaknesses. Work on transition is a little broad and unclear, whereas which sentence connects your first and your second paragraphs pinpoints exactly what you're looking at. The main focus of peer editing session is to see that the student has a clear, readable, and logical paper. Also, write a list of comments or suggestions at the end of the paper in order of importance. This way, when the writer goes back and looks at them, that he will know what he needs to look at, change, or strengthen. Also, you're here to help each other in the process, so relax. Now I want you to take out a sheet of paper and edit the paragraph provided. On August 21st, 1959, Hawaii became the 50th state in the United States. Since that time, the people of Hawaii have celebrated their statehood with a special holiday on the third Friday on August. Do you know that Hawaii is the widest of the U.S. states? The state consists of 8 main islands spread over a large area. The state's name probably comes from the native word ohi, which means homeland. Now take some time to go over it. Also, there are 2 punctuation errors, 4 capitalization, 1 subject-verb agreement, and 3 word usage errors, with a total of 10 errors altogether. Now let's look at the edits. On August 21st, comma, 1959. When you have the month, the day, and the year, you always put a comma behind the day. All right. Hawaii became the 50th state in the United States. The U and the S are capitalized in the United States because they're proper nouns. Since that time, the people of Hawaii have celebrated their statehood. Got a subject verb there. Celebrated with a special holiday on the third Friday in August. Okay, you can't be on the month of August, but you can be in the month of August. Do you know that Hawaii, proper noun that needs to be capitalized, is the widest of the United States? So the period needs to be changed to a question mark because they're asking you a question in the middle of the paragraph. The state consists of 8 main islands. All right, main meaning specific to point. On the other slide, it had Maine, like the state of Maine. Main island spread over a large area. The state's name probably comes, had to add an S, from the native word awahi, which means homeland. And the final stage of the writing process or step is publishing. This is where your final writing is being shared with the group. It can be shared with the teacher, but it's being shared. You have finalized everything. Now let's watch this video to review the process that we go through.
created.
This concludes our lesson. I hope the 5 steps we discussed today can aid you in your future writing assignments.